This herb looks like a simple weed, and yet some herbalists have used it in situations where doctors said nothing else could be done. Stay with me today because this one doesn't make sense at first, and many people hear about this plant and immediately write it off. They said this is old-fashioned, it's too basic, maybe even controversial, and to be fair, it can seem simple. This is not a rare exotic root from the jungle. This is something very different, but here's the part that should make you pause. Historically, this same plant was kept close by people who knew exactly what they were doing. Some used it in the most extreme situations of burns, wounds, broken bones, everything that you can imagine. So the real question is, why would something that looks like a common garden plant ever be considered a universal healing salve? The plant we're talking about today is comfrey. Scientifically known as Symphytum officinale, also known by its common names as knitbone, bruisewort, woundwort, or healing herb, it's a perennial with bristly oblong leaves and pale purple or white flowers, and it grows easily right here in North America and Europe. Now, before you dismiss that name, knitbone, it actually tells you something important about what this plant does because, yes, one of the most well-known traditional uses of comfrey is that it was believed to help knit body tissue back together, bone and flesh. Now, let me ask you something. Why would an herb that grows in ditches and fields be considered by some one of the greatest herbs of all time? Dr. John Christopher, founder of the School of Natural Healing, called comfrey one of the patriarchal herbs that I believe harkens back to the Garden of Eden. He taught that the Creator placed it on earth knowing the human race would need a universal salve for wounds of war and accidents. And just to be upfront with you, I've had the opportunity to study through the School of Natural Healing and train as a master herbalist, and I have personally seen how differently this plant is understood within traditional herbalism compared to how it's viewed today. Because today, it is widely misunderstood, even avoided, invoking fear, sometimes even mocked. Historically, though, it was foundational, and in fact, it goes all the way back to ancient Greek physicians who traveled with Alexander the Great's armies. Dioscorides wrote about this over 2,000 years ago for knitting together wounds. The very name Symphytum comes from the Greek word meaning to make grow together. Now, before we go any further, I want to show you something because the stories around this plant are what make people stop and pay attention. Dr. Christopher taught a recipe for a simple comfrey burn paste, equal parts comfrey leaf or root powder, wheat germ oil, and honey. He said that it could be applied directly to wounds or burns, and more added as it was absorbed. No need to remove the old layer. And here's what happened in his own school. One of the staff members, known as Professor Cayenne, accidentally scalded his hand with burning olive oil in a kitchen fire. Third-degree burns. The hospital said that he would need skin grafts or lose full use of his hand. He refused. Instead, he used the comfrey burn paste, and after a few weeks, he could move his hand again. New flesh grew back. The hand is still scarred, but he has total use of it today. Then there was the little 5-year-old nephew. The boy was in a car accident, and a door opened and dragged him all along the asphalt. His little fingers scraped to stubs, past the nail and down to the top knuckle. The family used the comfrey burn paste faithfully. Within a few months, the boy ran up to Dr. Christopher and said, "Uncle Ray, look, my fingers have grown back, even the nails." Another case involved 2 9-year-old boys playing with gasoline and matches. Their hands were burned beyond recognition. The hospital said the best they could do was costly operations, leaving claw-like hands behind. One family agreed. The other took their boy home and used the comfrey burn paste instead, and his hands were eventually restored. Dr. Christopher had many such stories over 40 years of practice. He said comfrey was the base of his famous complete bone and tissue repair formula, used as a fomentation or an ointment whenever there was injury to bone, flesh, or cartilage. Now listen, I'm not making any promises here, and I'm not telling you that this is going to work miracles in every circumstance, but I am telling you, as historical accounts from Dr. Christopher's own teachings and practice report, this thing has unique effect on tissue. To Dr. Christopher, this wasn't random. This plant was doing exactly what it was created to do. So now you're probably wondering, what is it that this plant is actually doing? And is there any scientific basis for thinking that it has properties that regenerate tissues? Yes. Comfrey contains a compound called allantoin. This is specifically a cell proliferant. Now, Dr. Christopher taught that it multiplies healthy cells and helps the body knit together flesh and sinew, bones, etc. back together. It also has a high mucilage content that soothes and protects these little tissues. In simple terms, it helps the body rebuild. He also taught traditional preparations, including teas and other preparations, though this is an area where guidance and caution are important because he really felt that comfrey should be grown in the garden, because during hard times, it could literally help feed and heal families. But let's address the elephant in the room here. Is this herb dangerous? Because if you do some Googling or you do some talking to some of the naysayers, a lot of people are thinking that comfrey is dangerous. Where are they getting this from? Well, here's the truth. Comfrey is a potent herb, and like many potent things, this is not something that you use casually. Now, historically, this was often reserved for wounds, for burns, for injuries, not every day, and certainly not long-term use without guidance. Yes, taken in excess, there have been traditional cautions noted over the years. That is no secret. It is well documented that excess consumption of comfrey, particularly over time by sensitive populations, can lead to liver problems, which is why traditional practitioners emphasized using the leaf or root appropriately and paying attention to why and where and in what context it was being used. But here's what's interesting. Despite all of this, Dr. Christopher used comfrey as a base in many of his formulas. The root usually is used externally, and the leaf is used in different cases. And for very sensitive individuals, certain parts of the leaf and certain life cycle points of the leaf are avoided. Dr. Christopher utilized comfrey for his applications with the complete bone and tissue repair formula to support the body's own repair work, which again, this doesn't match the modern assumptions at all. So we come back to the original question. Why would something that looks so ordinary be viewed as a miracle knitter of bone and flesh? Because in traditional thinking, this wasn't just a plant. Sometimes it was seen as the body finally being able to rebuild, to reknit tissue because it had the building blocks it desperately needed to heal those tissues, to restore them. Now, this doesn't mean that the herb is for everyone. It does not mean that it should be used casually, but it does challenge some important ideas. The idea that old-fashioned equals ineffective or simple equals weak, because that is not always how the body works. And this is really the bigger picture here. Comfrey is not just an herb. It is an example of how easily something can be misunderstood, dismissed, labeled incorrectly, or unnecessarily fear-mongered. Because once you do start to take a look at this herb, not as magic, not as a miracle, not as fanciful fairy tale land, but as a tool, everything starts to change. If this gave you a new perspective on comfrey, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because once you start to see herbs this way, not as old wives' tales, but as tools, you start to think differently about your own health, and you start to ask better questions. And that's where things really begin to change for the positive. For those of you who are serious about putting this into practice, we do make these kinds of herbs available over on our website, thepatriotnurse.com. And even Dr. Christopher's original complete bone and tissue repair formula, which has comfrey in it, we also sell on the website in bundles, capsules, oils, and ointments. Now, this is a shortcut, but as a way to help you start with a quality that you can trust. If you want to keep learning this step by step, make sure that you're subscribed because we're going to keep breaking this down herb by herb in a way that actually makes sense. May the Lord bless and keep you all. For now, this is Patriot Nurse signing off, and I'll see y'all later.